I've now been playing iRacing consistently for around 30 days now. Considering I've been only playing for a month, I had a ton of fun, and today I'm just going to tell you, is it worth paying the big amount for? Because that's what really put me off, and after a month of using it, here's my thoughts. So this is my first point of why I loved iRacing. It was so easy to get started. So you normally get a setup wizard that will pop up for you, but I'm just going to show you how easy it is. So the first thing, steering. All you have to do, one way, the other way, done. And that is basically your steering wheel, and then you go 90 degrees to the right, or it should be 180 degrees on your screen, and then there's the steering done. I mean, how easy was that? Pedals, literally throttle, brake, clutch. The easiest one, gearbox, up. I do have a H pattern shifter. We go into reverse, done, first, done, second, done, third, done, fourth, done, fifth, done, sixth, done. And at the end it will ask you to map a few buttons like escape and to look left and right. I've already done that. But as you can see, that was how quick it took me to get into iRacing. That's all I had to do. So easy, so amazing, and I could not be more happy with the setup process. So number 2 is something that's different from any other racing game I played, and it's the ethic of racing. So normally in other games, Forza, Assetto Corsa, Gran Turismo maybe, you get people who are, you know, not looking to try and be amazing or try and get better. Here it's about safety, and all my races, apart from my first 2, which are all on YouTube, or most of them anyway, I have actually just basically tried to take it as easy as possible, zero contact, and I started getting better. And you know, the racing I find helpful. I don't specifically follow it like a lot of people do, but it's there. But yeah, everything's like take it slow. Obviously you get a few people crash, and you get a few people who just mess about and all over the place. But taking it easy really is the way, and you can still get into them exciting battles because people like you will be in your category, which I'll get onto in a bit. And so yeah, the ethic and the style is completely different, especially with the car, the tracks, and the rating system, where you get penalties and people try and race cleanly because that's what they want. They want to get their iRating up, and I'll get onto that again later. I think in that sense it is really quite good, and definitely gets you faster. I've got back onto Assetto Corsa, where the lobbies feel a lot more free and don't feel as strict, or like in Forza where it's almost just like free roam. Whereas this, it feels strict. You're doing one thing, you load in for one thing and one thing only, which is just incredible. You just on a track, you have loads of penalty, the penalty system. That's almost why it is just so brilliant, and you 100% get quicker if you're following that style. And here's an example where it's quicker not to take the racing line. When I raced here a couple of weeks ago, and I always gained a bit of time. In the game you can really see how one little bit of wheel spin or one bad exit can put you back like tenths of a second. You can never quite get that back. So much better than just hopping on. So yeah, it feels a lot more tight and restrictive with just racing, but it's also such like brilliant realism, and it just feels like there's actual people, especially with the race engineer talking to you. That should lead me on to my next point, and it is the racing system. Now, before I actually show you the system, it's called iRating. You might have heard this word being thrown about. iRating. Oh my goodness, it's gone up. So it is called iRating. It sort of maps out where you are. So you start for 2.5. I went down straight away because I had to change my style of racing just to try and get zero contact or any time cutting penalties. And it's a number, so I'm trying to get mine back up to 2.5. I think I'm at 2.39. And yeah, it categorizes you into groups on the different sections, which I'll show in a second. This means that you're racing people that are similar to you. You're not in an insane lobby where like there's just people smashing you, or you're overtaking everyone. It gives you a challenge. So it's really done nicely, and yeah, I'll show you that now. As you can see right here, these are the iRating scores. Now, as you can see, there's my one at 2.39. So this is like NASCAR, this is like sports car, GT racing, open wheel, dirt, oval, I suppose, and then I'd say that's a bit like rallying. But yeah, they're the 5 ones that you get rated on. So you get sorted into groups, and it's just a nice way to be with people that are the same level, and you're not getting put with loads of good people or loads of bad people. And then here you can see all the cups that you get. So I mainly do MX5, but the green tick means these are the ones you get, and I haven't bought anything on this game. Apart from the game, not bought anything. So the ones without the green tick, you don't have the cars or tracks for. So that is the iRacing system, which I think is incredible. Right, next up is the pricing and everything to do with money. Now, if you're like me and the money put you off, because let's be honest, my bank account is not smiling. I do just have to say that £9 the first month isn't bad, and £13 after, or dollars, euros, I don't know. So it put me right off, and I can't talk and blinking drive, can I? Yeah, that put me off, and then I heard that when you're in the game you have to purchase cars. That just pushed me further away from this game. But when I bought the game, I finally gave in. I realised how many cars you get and what's accessible, and it is perfectly fine. I don't even think never even driven this car before, and it actually is pretty good. What I would have to say is, like, £20 for a track and like 15 quid for a car, it's pretty nuts. I mean, for Silverstone I think it's £20, and for the W13 Mercedes F1 car, oh my goodness, so much damage, it's £15. So, am I ready to pay that amount? No, even though those two would be a pretty good duo. I don't think it's necessary, but it's super expensive. Obviously it's licensed, detailed. The game itself is, I know, for people that are trying to get quicker, or like pro racers, which I think is why it's not really accessible for Xbox or PS5. So I feel like this is so you don't get like a load of little kids on a controller, like going in your lobbies and just crashing into them purposefully. So in that sense, it's a good thing, and I'm quite lucky to have a PC. But it's a realistic game. It's a simulation. It's not a game to have fun in. It's a game to get quick in. And even though a lot of the time people do it for fun, there is that select few people that do it because people want to get faster. I think it's a good main aim, which is why the prices are where they are. But it does put a lot of people off. At the same time, like, look at Assetto Corsa and look at the packs. But I still can't believe it's 20 quid for Silverstone. Now, my final point is the game actually worth paying the price and going through the stages of trying to get better? And now I've had it for a month and I've done enough races. Oh my goodness, yes. The improvement that I've seen in my driving has been amazing. Even swapping over to Assetto Corsa and stuff like that, it just automatically is teaching me a lot more things. Why did I downshift? I'm just not even concentrating. I see myself getting quicker. I have a lot of fun. Like, even if I haven't played it every day, I've been playing it pretty consistently every couple of days. Even doing practices or just AI races is absolutely fantastic, in the sense that it can take half an hour or you can make it go for an hour, and every time you're having fun, it gives you something to do because you're looking to get that iRating up, getting better players. Why it is definitely like good to do, and I genuinely, 100% worth it, even if you do have to pay that price. I clearly can't drive either. This is not. So the thing that I found the best was the rail cars you get. Like, just exploring the tracks and the cars, the combos. It is just insane. I mean, you get Laguna Seca for free, which is a pretty big circuit. I've been racing on that. There's a lot of random circuits and there's a lot of famous circuits. But yeah, I think overall it is pretty fantastic. Especially if you've got a simulator. I mean, I used to play on a Logitech wheel. I now on a Fantech CSL-DD. So in the last month, I've swapped over direct drive, which is pretty important. I think definitely nicer when you can actually feel some vibration in the wheel now. But yeah, it's very accessible to a lot of people. I'm not doing this Formula V car yet, but if you want to see some races with Formula V, then definitely. I thought one person said it in the comment section, but yeah, put it down below. Yeah, so I think that wraps up pretty nicely. You should take the risk and get iRacing. But if you've enjoyed, I'd be very thankful if you like, subscribe, comment, turn the notification bell, whatever. And yeah, thank you very much for watching and have a fantastic day.